Hi guys, welcome to today's video. This is the second look in my holiday glam guide series. If you're new here, hi, I'm Rhoda, an obsessed makeup lover, and this channel is all about realistic makeup for everyday life. And we have a lot of fun along the way as we talk about all things makeup and beauty. In today's video, this is the look that I will be creating. This look is a sultry blue smoky eye. It's so impactful and beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. Don't be afraid of blue. Let's just get right into it. Okay, let's start with the eyes, shall we? Charlotte Tilbury color corrector on the lids. Now I'm gonna grab the Natasha Denona concealer in N7, and I am going to lay a little bit down on my lids. Take a beauty blender, the butt side, and just smooth that all out. Now I'm gonna set that lightly with some setting powder. This is the Prism Libre. Make sure there's not too much powder. We just want to set the concealer that we just laid down so that it's not too tacky. If it's too tacky, the shadows will grab onto that wetness, moisture, I don't know. You know what I'm saying. If it's too wet, your eyeshadow will get stuck on it and it won't blend easily and it'll become a muddy mess, and that's the opposite of what we want. Okay, now I'm gonna pick up my Dior Quint. This is in Denim. These beautiful blues with some teals. It is so gorgeous. We've got this beautiful cobalt blue here, a darker teal over here. On this side is the sparkliest shade in the Quint, and it's a lighter teal, and then we have this spectacular, I don't know what kind of blue you would call that, but that is just, it's just gorgeous on the eyes. And then right in the center here, and I always forget it's there, I don't know why, is this beautiful champagne-y gold color. It's so pretty on the eyes, so I can't wait to get this on my eyeballs. I'm gonna grab my Refer 02 brush. It's a flat brush because I want to go into this beautiful blue right here and lay that down, and then I will use a fluffy brush after that to diffuse it. Now, I really hope this works out. Sometimes when I'm doing my shadow on camera, for some reason, it doesn't always work out the best. I don't know if it's the pressure of doing it on camera and I want it to be perfect. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm laying that down, right? It looks a little bit nutty right now. I'm only going halfway, and I'm laying it down on the lid and a little bit in the crease here. And now I'm going to go into a fluffy brush. This is the Refer 14. It's thin and more pointy, so that's exactly what I want because I don't want to blow this color out too much. This will enable me to be more precise with my blending. So I'm going right on the edge here, and I am blending, and I'm bringing it in. There's nothing on this brush, by the way. I should have mentioned that. So this color is so pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna take the other side of the flat brush, the 02, and I'm going to dip into this color that's just so beautiful. I really hope it's translating because on camera, because this is something else. So this little empty space that we've left there, that's where we're gonna place this puppy. So I'm going to start precisely depositing it. Because we're working with such bright colors, you wanna be really precise on where you're placing it. Oh my gosh, I love this. Bringing it, we're not going past this, I guess you would call it a fold. We are just, I'm gonna put a little bit more. I want a lot of impact from this color, or this shadow, I should say. Now I'm gonna flip it over to where we had the dark shadow, and right where they meet, I'm just pressing. I don't want to know where one begins and the other ends. So the two colors that we laid down are satiny shades. I really want to go into this. This one here, it's the sparkliest of the 5. And I'm going to take my pinky and I'm just going to add just a hint of it to the center of the lid, just to add a little bit of pizzazz right there where those two meet. And it will add, yeah, see, it just adds that little something to the whole look. Now I'm going to take my Makeup by Mario Pro Pencil in black, and I'm going to create a line as close to the lash line as possible. And if your liner isn't gliding, sometimes it gets a little bit waxy. I just run it across on my hand just to get it going, warm it up a little bit, and it will then start cooperating. And I am, like I said, staying as close to my lash line as possible. And I'm only going halfway. When I get to the end here, I do want to lift the eye, and I will just flick out just a little bit, just a baby wing. There isn't a black in the Dior Quint, but I do want to go over this pencil liner with a black, a really black shadow. So I grabbed my Natasha Denona Xenon Mini, and I'm going to grab my Nikki LaRose times BK Beauty N11. Did I say times? You know what I mean. The BK Beauty Nikki LaRose N11. I love this brush, this flat brush. Since it came into my life a couple weeks ago, I have never had such an easy time applying shadow as liner to my lash line. So I just dipped into the black. This is a really black black. That's why I chose this palette to use, but you can use any black shadow that you have, or the darkest one that you have. It could be gray as well, or even a dark blue. We could have used the darkest blue in the Dior Quint to do this liner as well. That would have been just fine. Again, flipping over and just perfecting this little wing here. Okay, I am going to do the other eye, finish my base, and I will be right back and we'll finish up the eyes. Okay, base is done. I've done everything that I did in my first video. If you missed that, I will link it down below. I do a beautiful golden eye in that video, and for this series, I'm going to be using the same base. So if you'd like to see how I did it, check that out. I'm going back into the Dior Quint, and I'm going to pick up this middle shade right here. It's got a nice sheen to it. It'll give us a nice pop of color in the inner corner. So I'm going to grab a pencil brush. This is the 23. Dip into here and carefully place it in the corner. just to brighten up this area and give it a little bit of shine. So from the inner corner, just a little bit further out there. So it is subtle. You could, if you wanted to, go into something a little bit more sparkly, but I don't really feel like pulling out another palette. So this will do. And I'm actually going to take it and put a little bit on the brow bone here. Now I'm going to go into my Nikki, I think 12, this amazing shader brush right here. I love this because it picks up a lot of pigment, and I've mentioned 1,000 times before that I have a really hard time depositing color on my lower lash line, and I really want to do that today. So I'm going to use both of those colors, both of those blues that we used on the upper lid. So I'm going to start with the lighter one. I don't want to switch brushes, so I'm going to start with the lighter one. This one right here, this beautiful color right here. Dip into there and then start placing that color right along the lash line, just in the inner third. And then I'm going back into my pencil brush and melding those together. There we go. Right there. Then I'm going to do this eye as well, so that before I dip into the darkest shade. Now we're going to, same brush, dip into this beautiful dark blue and deposit that color on the outer part of the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go into the N11, and I want to connect these, and this is the perfect brush to do that. Again, back into the darkest shade and just press. This is quite the eye, you guys. This eye look is definitely for a specific occasion. You know, I don't think it's an everyday kind of look for me personally, but when the time calls for it, wow. I mean, it is something. I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and just buff these out just very carefully, very close to the lash line. Okay, then I'm going to take my Mario pencil, if I could find it. Found it! Okay, I'm going to line the lower waterline. This pencil is amazing for this because it stays on. My eyes are a little bit watery right now, so I'm gonna wait and then I'll put it on. Okay, we've got lashes dusting with whatever's left on my powder brush, just a smidge. We are going to curl, Refer eyelash curler, Milk Kush lash primer. I rant and rave about this. If you see in my last few videos since I've discovered this, I will not bore you any further on how magical and amazing this lash primer is. Last video I used the Huda One Coat Wow mascara. For this look, I'm bringing out the big guns, and I'm going to use my YSL Lash Clash in black, because this gives me the most voluminous, thick, beautiful lashes. And it is hard to remove, for sure. But if you didn't catch my Sephora haul video, or videos. I can't remember which one that was in. I think it was in the second haul. I have been using the Tatcha the Camellia cleansing oil, and that removes this mascara so easily. I'm so happy I picked that up. So try that if you're having a hard time removing your mascara. I am going to do the other eye and then a second coat, and I will be right back and we'll finish off with lips. Now for lips, I'm gonna grab my Natasha Denona. I need a nude lip liner in, I think the shade's Natasha. So we'll go with that. And get these lips going for me with such a spectacular and attention-grabbing eye look. I want to keep the lips on the neutral side. So I'm going to line these lips, feathering in on the sides. Now I'm going to grab the Natasha Denona My Dream lipstick. I can't see what the shade is. I'm sorry, I will have it linked in the description box below. But it's a beautiful nudie pink color. Some color on the lips, some life back into the lips. But it doesn't compete with this eye look that I'm absolutely in love with. That blue on the inner corner is just a vibe. Okay. I'm going to set the face with the Hourglass Veil setting spray. I want this lasting all night long. And actually, if you do go back and watch the first video in this Holiday Glam series, I do let you in on a little secret on how to make sure your foundation stays all day and looks fantastic. So be sure to check that out. I am going to fix this hair and I will be right back. If you try this look, please do let me know how it goes. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. I had a blast putting this look together for you. Please make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell button so you don't miss when I upload my next video, which will be look number 3. And I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be, but I'm going to figure it out. There's so many possibilities. Thanks again. Have an awesome day, you guys. Ciao.